Hi, welcome to the MuleSoft tutorials. This is Akash. So in this video, we'll discuss about the API gateway and we're gonna implement the policies on API gateway on so that we can basically enforce something on the APIs. So basically, what is API gateway? API gateway is the first place when a user request it comes to the API gateway. If it satisfy all the policies, then it will go to the next phase and process the request and send me a response. In the meantime, if any of the policies is not satisfied, this gonna give me throws an exception that this policy is not satisfied or something like this. So to implement this, we need to go to API manager. In API manager, you will have one API name over here. If you don't have this, you need to import it from the Exchange. Manage API from Exchange. So just go to Exchange and create one API over there for your organization. So I will go to test. I have created 3 4 over here. Just need to create on new asset. Write your asset ID, my asset, and here my type will be HTTP API because I want to apply policies on HTTP APIs. I will click on publish. This will basically publish my asset, but I already have those assets form with me, so I will use any of them. So again, I will go to the API manager. And if you don't have any of the assets, just create one and just go to manage API from Exchange. Here, write your asset. It's HTTP version v1, version 1.0.0, basic, and then save it. Right now, I will not save because I already have that. So then I will click on version v1. Here you can see that there is an API name and then we have API version. So we need these details to apply these details on the API so that API comes to know that this policy we want to apply one particular APIs. So I will go to Mule Design. I have created a small project in which I have HTTP as a source, and here's a simple localhost 8081. That's it. And then I have a payload where I added success. Now what I need to do is need to go to the global elements, and here I will create one auto discovery, API auto discovery. So I already created it. I will edit this and I will show you what is there. So in API name, you need to copy from the group ID till API, and in API version, you need to copy the version of the API. So this is the version of the API, a v1 colon 1554981, and here you need to select your flow. You can then you need to click on OK. Now after doing this, you need to deploy this application on CloudHub. That you know this how to deploy application on CloudHub. Once you deploy the application on CloudHub, you can see your application over here like this. Now you need to apply policies on that particular application. So we'll go to v1 and then we'll go to policies. Here we have lots of policies which are out of the box available from the MuleSoft. Throttling is basically is the number of requests it can accept, and rest it will reject it. Rate limiting is used to only that particular number of requests can come for that particular time period. And then we have white lie, then we have client ID enforcement. If we need any particular client ID to call any of the API, we'll use client ID enforcement. Then we have white IP blacklist to blacklist any API, so those IPs will not able to access my web service. Then we have whitelist, only that particular APIs will be able to access my web service. Then we have LDAP security manager for authentication. Then we have OAuth 2.0 from external provider. Then we have other more, you can say, the policies. So for now I will apply rate limiting. I will configure this policy. Let's say I want 3 requests in 30 seconds. 60 seconds. So on every 60 second, I can provide 3 requests. Okay, I will apply this policy. Once I click on the apply policy, this will gonna create one policy for that particular API version 1, and this will enforce that policy on my API. We'll go to log, we can see. So here we can see it's configuring rate limiting policy 391 3.391.375.xml. So this is basically applied my policy on that particular. So whatever policy you are adding over here, this can be applied, or whatever you are removing, this will remove that policy. So it basically, this policy is unapplied and then this policy is applied. So now we are good. We applied my policy, we applied the policy, and then now we'll hit this application and we'll see what will happen after third request. So this is my application URL. I will copy this. I will put and click on enter. It will give me success. Again, I will put enter. It will give me success. Then again enter, success. This time it shows me API call exceeded. So after 3 calls, if again I want to try, nothing will work. Only 3 calls, 3 requests I can queue at a time of 60 seconds. So in this way, we implemented the rate limiting policy. So any other policy you want to implement, just you need to add new policy according to your need. You can do this stuff. So two things you need to remember. First is the creating an Exchange app, and then from Exchange app you need to import it from the Exchange with manage APIs from Exchange. Then you need to give this API name and this version in your API with an API auto discovery configuration. And you need to select this flow on which you want to apply. So if you don't have flow, if you have API router kit, just API select your API router kit over here. Okay, so hope you understand this, how we basically implement the policies on any of the APIs. So this is for this video. Thank you.